Right, good morning. Week 11 of Feather Stitch House, Pick of the Pots, organised by Rebecca Tamasari. We're following that hashtag, usual stuff. So we're on week 11. So our colour, believe it or not, is lime green, one of my faves. Shape is an equilateral triangle. Stop trying to break it up. So perfectly, I got to have the right angles, that's the word. Always going well. And then the stitch is kantha stitch. So I've been humming and hawing about what to do. So I've got this piece of neon lime green felt. It has got spots on one side, but I think I'm going to avoid the spotty side. I'm going to do the other side. And then I've got this darker lime fabric, which I've just put a bit of interfacing on because it just, as soon as you look at it, it wants to shred, you know. So I'm going to cut my triangle out of that big one, and then I've got another neon DMC thread. I didn't even know they did this. I can't even remember where I got this from. Anyway, so there's that, and then I've got two Aurifil threads in. That's a slightly darker lime. That's a sort of a yellow lime, but it's lime enough for me. And then I've got one of my giant, I don't think it's for kantha, I think it was a sashiko needle, but yeah, they're ideal for both really. So super sharp. I did find my other thimble. If you were with me the other day, I did find this one, so that's all good. So yeah, I'm going to chill out on this one. I feel like I've been rushing my videos lately, so this might be a longer one. I probably will pause you while I'm doing the stitching, or some of the stitching anyway, because I don't think there's anything more boring than just sitting watching somebody stitch, but then you might like that. See, this is the problem. I don't know. Right, let me just trace this as accurately as possible. I should have done it on card in hindsight, but didn't. So yeah, it's trying to rain. That's all I'm going to say here. We've had glorious weather the last week or two, and I mean glorious. But you moved. Don't move. That's rude. Looks equilateral to me. So I'll talk about my plans and then we'll start doing some stitching. I've just got to concentrate on cutting this accurately. Come on. I think all my scissors need sharpening. Should get my big ones out really, but these ones, the Fiskars, I think they all need sharpening. Next door, the dog groomer, she has a bloke turn up in a van every now and again, have her blades sharpened for her dog grooming shears. So I might go and ask him how much he charges for scissors, because I really think they need doing. So what? Let me talk about my plans. So I'm going to put this here in the middle. That line will disappear when I give it a press, so don't worry about that. Kind of get that in the middle-ish. I'm going to stick it with my glowing Bowen glue pen. And what I'm thinking, because I thought initially, you know, kantha stitch is just up, down, up, down, up, down. But I've done a little bit of a nosy on the old Google. And I've seen loads, you know, they've done circles. So what I'm thinking of doing is maybe start with a small, because I've got this template here. I'm just wondering if I start with a small triangle in the middle and then, you know, use that to trace and just keep going around and around and around. Trouble is I would want the, let me think this through. I would want one line of stitching to come about there so that it holds it down. So maybe I'll maybe I'll start there and then just work my way in, and then if I start it about there, this is my brain working. Yeah, so if I come out here, then start, do the inside, and then I can use that stitch to then do around. That's kantha stitch, isn't it? Yeah. Right, let's get this puppy stuck down. I think it's going to be a quiet weekend, as I say. Oh, the sun's going to come out to try and blind me in a minute. Yeah, the kids are all busy. I'll tell you about the day out with my middle daughter yesterday. I have mentioned it in the other blogs, but I know some people don't watch all of my videos. I know some people don't watch the arty side of videos, so that's fine. So I'm going to mention it in the stitchy side one. Alright, let me just get my brain in gear now. What should I do? Should I do the neon on the inside of this and then alternate these? That might be quite nice. Should we give it a go? That's the royal we, of course. This pulling, oh, it is going to work actually. Ah, cool. I'll say it never usually works for me when I pull it from the centre there, but it's actually behaved today. Now I'm going to split this right down. I think 2 threads will be enough because it's quite thick, believe it or not. I would imagine it's 100% rayon or something. Oh, polyester, 100% polyester. But yeah, it came in neon green, and I think there was I don't know, I'd have to look in my drawer. I think there was an orange as well. I love neon just for that pop of colour. Might have to do this properly, as in pull a strand at a time. You're going to come apart nicely? Yeah, cool. Right, we'll pop you there. Yeah, I'm going to start chilling my boots a bit. I'm rushing far too much stuff, and I don't think I'm doing myself any justice. Right, okay. Oh, I think you're going to be a nightmare to stitch with. You want to come apart already. So what I'm thinking is, let me get this started and I'll rabble on in your ear. So if I start outside here, is that going to work? Yeah, I can use that as the step up point. Right, okay. Oh, this is quite big. So I just come onto here. Just going to do this first one without talking so that I can concentrate. I've already just stabbed my fingers. So let's get that thimble on. I love my silicone one, but I kept stabbing the silicone last time, so that is not what you're supposed to do. No, 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 no. None of your shenanigans. It's catching the blooming. Come on. Out. You're not allowed to just willy-nilly knot yourself. Right, thank you. Maybe I should have just stuck to one thread. Okay. Right, let me carry on. Yeah, in case you didn't watch my other video. I had a lovely day out with my daughter yesterday. It was my middle daughter. we don't get to see each other very often, even though we only live about 5 miles apart. But anyway, she's busy working, so am I, etc, etc. So she said, oh, I've got Friday off because my granddaughter Scarlett, her daughter, had they're called inset days. It's like where the teachers do training, so there's no kids in school basically. So she'd taken the day off work to be with her, which is good. And should you fancy doing something? And I said, well, it really depends on what the weather's like, because it had been absolutely gorgeous. Well, Friday it was just sunshine, showers, but we still got this awfully cold wind here. So anyway, Scarlett wanted to go and do some pottery painting, so we went to this place in Totnes called China Blue, and what you do is you paint your own pottery and then they fire it for you and glaze it and fire it, so it's a proper, you know, proper dish if you like at the end of it. So I said, right, okay, well, we'll do that. So I've got to sort that thread out there, that's going to annoy me. There we are, got it. Yeah, so we did that yesterday. It cost me a blooming fortune. I said to my daughter, I said, right, well, that's your birthday present sorted. She went, yeah, that's fine. So anyway, we've now got to wait, did she say 3 weeks? Because obviously they'd had a massive influx with half term, which was a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Anyway, yeah, so when it comes, or when we can go and pick it up, I'll show you what I got up to. But yeah, it was I said to her, this is an expensive day out, and she went, yeah, it is a bit, isn't it, Mum? I said, blimey. So she did a lovely fish bowl. They had some lovely bisque blanks basically, and she did a big long, it's like a fish. Well, it's like a fish, it was a fish, but she's going to use it as a long thin platter to put candles and stuff on. This is proving to be a nightmare. Stop splitting. So she did that, and oh, like a hand design. She's going to use it to put jewellery on basically. And Scarlett did, she makes me die. She did a dinner plate for herself. You know, right, okay. So yeah, so she did that, and then oh, and she did a load of fridge magnets, some little things. So yeah, she did that. What did I do? Oh, I did a turtle, which I'm going to use as a mixing palette, hopefully. And then it's quite a flat one. Oh, and I did a little planter. I've got a cactus in my bathroom that needs repotting, so I thought if I repot it into that, it'll make a nice little addition to my craft room. So there, yeah, good fun. I'd say very expensive, because not only did you have to buy the bisque, you then had to pay, obviously, I mean, you know, come on, get a grip, Susan. But yeah, you have to pay for it to be glazed and then fired in the kiln and what have you. So there's an additional charge on top of that. So yeah, I dread to think how much a birthday party is. They are doing, and me and my daughter are really tempted to do it. They're doing a Highland cow, what was it, sculpting, Highland cow sculpting class. Thought, she said, oh, I love Highland cows. I said, well, research it and find out how much it is. I said, and maybe, you know, part 2 of your birthday treat, because, you know, why not? We'll come over one night and do it. See, she doesn't drive, so she's really stuck with what she can and can't do a lot of the time. I think if I go there with that one. So yeah, that could be a fun evening or day. I don't know how long it was actually. I hope it's a day, because I'm not very experienced at sculpting. See, they were so lucky they did it all in school. We really didn't in our art school. Well, art, you know, in art in school. I didn't go to art school, unfortunately. I'd have loved to have done, but I didn't. My mum was way too practical. I was 15 when I left school because I'm an August baby. And I thought, oh, I'll have the 6 weeks summer holidays to just chill out, do nothing. No, she got me a job. I was straight into work. Right, so you can see what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill this inside bit with this neon one because I think that will really make it stand out. And then I'm just going to follow, I'm trying to keep it even. I'm going to follow the triangle on the outside and do the actual square itself. So I might come back and show you that when it's done. You are still shedding, naughty fabric. I think it was a linen. Should know better than to use linen. You look at it and it just goes, yep, I'm going to crease and I'm going to shed. Right, okay, I'm going to pause you there. So yeah, it's looking quite nice. It's all about getting those stitches even, which is something I need to work on. So I'm going to carry on working, and then I might alternate the colours actually, because I've got the two, although it doesn't look very lime, that one, does it? Mind you, neither of them are in this light. Might just use that one. It's a dark lime. Anyway, I will come back when I'm a little bit further along. See you in a bit. Right, I've done the middle triangle and I put a button in the middle. I found a lime green one. So I think that should show up all right. Yeah, I'm going to go in with that one. I think I might I might change my height. I don't know. I'm going to play around with this, but this to me, it's a bit of a yellowy lime, but it's as lime as I've got, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to carry on now from here, from this one where I came outside, and then start doing the same all the way around. Didn't quite get the stitches even enough for my liking, but it's not too bad, because what the idea is that you end up with this nice sort of ridge effect here that's going on. So, you know, if you can line it up, it is better, but it does take practice, unfortunately, and I'm a bit unpracticed with this. So, right, I'm going to carry on, and I'll come back when it's done, basically. See you soon. Right, I'm on the last bit. It's looking all right. Yeah, I definitely need to get the... It's kind of lining up. I did miss a couple of places, but it's fine. It's just a little piece. I mean, if you actually, I have got a piece of kantha quilt which is done by Indian people, and you know, yeah, their stitches are huge as well, and yeah, they do line up, but not 100% accurately. So don't beat yourself up if you go a little bit wonky. So. Try and get one right on the edge there. So there we are, that's kantha stitch. I think I'm not getting the right ridge effect because it's only one layer of fabric. If you've got a couple of layers, you can pull a little bit tighter, but every time I pull tight on this one, I needed to go back that way, it's pulling it up too much basically. So as in it's wrinkling the whole thing, you know, which is what you're supposed to do, but not just with one layer. If that makes any sense whatsoever, probably not. So I'm just going to put one more stitch here, and I'm going to call that a done job. I'm not really bothering to, you know, finish these off properly. That'll do. It's a hot mess on the back. Don't look too closely. So there we are. I'm quite happy with that. It's gone a bit wonky on the edges. I'll say the fabric was pulling, but there. One kantha stitched equilateral triangle in kantha stitch. I did say that anyway. In lime green, that's what I meant. Yeah, there's a couple of dodgy stitches there, but I'm okay with that. Right, we'll see what we've got this week. Got to wait for Rebecca's draw. See you then. Bye.